I caught up with Mary Harney. She was born in the Bessborough Mother and Baby Home in Cork in 1949. Her mother, a 19-year-old unmarried mother, was sent in there. She eventually finally got in touch with her mother years later, even though the institutions prevented that from happening by and large. And to this day, actually, the Irish state prevents people accessing their records, which is another part of this investigation. But Mary Harney told me about what her mother had relayed to her about her experience.
A difficult delivery, and she was in need of medication, but they told her she was paying, the nuns told her she was paying for her sins, and no medication was given to her. And when I was born, I was so weak that they took me away from her and put me into what she referred to as the dying ward for babies that wouldn't be likely to survive. And I confounded all expectations by screaming and bawling during the night. And by the morning, I was still lively, and they took me to her then. And so that's when the bonding process, if you like, began. But that was limited and conditioned on the nuns' terms. The women were not allowed to see their babies or have them close to them.
And that was Mary Harney there describing her mother's experience in one of these mother and baby homes, a very typical experience where she talked about the bonding process being interrupted by the nuns. Mary Harney herself had spent 2.5 years in that home with her mother, and then one day the adoption authorities came and took her away and fostered her. But thankfully she is a much more positive story because she did have a relationship with her mother. But just to say, Rosie, that report is published today, and it will be making for harrowing reading for survivors of those mother and baby homes.